Welcome back to Trackside Live on a Friday evening here at Betfair Hollywood Park. Rich Perloff and Ron Ellis, and just 14 minutes out from the kickoff leg of the Players Pick 5 bottom level maiden claimers. $20,000 is the lowest they write here, and you got a couple horses, Ron, that are arriving at the bottom for the first time, including Swiss Game, and he's at the point right now. This is the 5 horse. Some handicappers probably turning their back on a horse that's 0 for 10, but on the drop, he has run some races that would make him a player here.
Well, I would say most conventional handicapping. Here we're going to take a look at a backtrack of First Blue Angel, who he has run at this maiden 20 level, and in fact this is a maiden 20. He's going to come from way back to finish third here, and you know, that's a race that looks like he's going to appreciate the 7.5 furlongs. He was really making a big move. He flattened out a little bit mid-stretch, but he is going to do enough to get up to be third there on the outside. And like I said, he looks like he's a grinder, son of Malibu Moon here, that might appreciate a little bit out of distance.
Yeah, he came from way off the pace in the race we just saw. He's third back off the bench in here, and he's sitting up on the tote right now at 4-1. Good look here at the horse that's going to break from the rail. A horse that Sarge used on his Pick 5 ticket, My Main Man, who draws the rail for the second consecutive time in his career.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is a type of field where nobody stands out for sure, and so I think you have to look deep. I think that's what Sarge is doing here. He probably went with the angle. I'd rather have a horse that's only run one time that's been proven to be beaten 10 or 15 times. So My Main Man has every right to improve. He was on the rail last time. He was a 6-year-old first-time starter. Very rare when you see somebody hang in there that long with one. So obviously he has his infirmaries, but he ran very evenly. You know, I think Sarge is looking for him to make a little improvement, but he's going to have to get it done here.
There's Sarge's ticket, $64 play, 1-5-6-7.
And obviously Sarge, you know, not singling that My Main Man, so he felt like he was a horse that's got a shot, but he also used 3 others in here.
Horses making their way through the tunnel and out onto the racetrack. We'll shortly get a post parade. Here's the biggest price that you've got in your threesome, the 3-horse Mary's App. Going to go back to Edwin Maldonado. And Maldonado was aboard for a 5th place finish. Not a bad effort, 2 starts back, and that's a race that he might have needed. Well,
that's a race that I thought he definitely needed. He was coming back after 3 months. He was dropping from 30 down to 20, and I thought that was an encouraging effort. He followed that up with a very, very troubled, bumped at the brake, rushed up, and then flattened out effort in his next start. This is going to be his 3rd off that little freshening, and I thought that he had every right to improve.
Horses being called to the post here as you see the 7-horse Del Mar Johnny. Remember, scratch the 8, Oak Tree Drive. That one's out. 7.5 furlongs the distance here.
Well, and as you mentioned, that's a little bit of an unusual distance here. 7.5 furlongs out of the chute. That's a 1-turn 7.5, and they really haven't ridden that many of those races. I'm not sure why, but we got, I think, 2 of them tonight, and it is a little bit on the unusual side, and there are some horses that are going to appreciate it more than others.
As if the $20,000 maiden claimers aren't unpredictable enough.
Right.
You throw that into the mix. And, you know, I think that some of our viewers probably pricked up their ears when they heard the name Richard's Kid, who shows up in our early feature in race number 2, another unusual distance, 1 3/8 on the main track in the Prove It Stakes. Richard's Kid, a multiple Grade 1 winner, coming back after a rather uneventful stay over there in Dubai.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be coming back just at the right time, getting ready for Del Mar. Richard's Kid, winner of the Pacific Classic, and that's his favorite racetrack down there at Del Mar. So I'm sure they've got eyes of trying to repeat the win of that Pacific Classic, and I believe he's won the Pacific Classic twice.
That's right. That's right, and the Goodwood as well. And to look at his PPs, he looks to me like a horse that just doesn't want to do his best running unless he can get race day Lasix, and now he's back in the land of permissible medications.
Well, that, and you know, it's always different over there. He thrived under the care of Bob Baffert, and I think that's why they sent him back over to Bob.
Here's our post parade for the opener. My Main Man leads the parade, draws the rail. Once again, he was on the inside in his career debut. Trackman's comment says he was shuffled at the 3.5.
Yeah, a 6-year-old that has every right to improve in his second career start. Getting awfully hot coming on the racetrack there, but he did draw the rail last time. He's got that rail again.
Cola di Mezzo, number 2 horse, is a monstrous price in here. First time Lasix in career start, number 5, and he needs some kind of a form reversal.
Yeah, well, that's going to have to move him up double digits. As all 4 starts, he's been beaten double digits.
There's Mary Zapp.
Yeah, Mary Zapp is going to be my pick in here. Like I said, he had a very troubled trip last time. I thought it was an encouraging effort after a 3-month layoff. 2 back, and he is lightly raced, so he has every right to improve.
And there's First Blue Angel, the horse we saw on the backtrack. In his 2 starts with Esjuan Flores riding, he was towards the back of the pack early. Does that look as though that's his preferred style?
Well, he might be laying a little closer here just naturally with a slower pace going that 7.5 furlongs. The son of Malibu Moon here could improve with a little bit more distance.
Swiss Game gets Martin Pedroza. Joel Rosario, his regular pilot, not available this evening.
Well, he looks good on the track, unlike the first 4 who were all getting a little bit warm here on a Friday evening. It's not just very, very nice evening. You shouldn't be getting too hot. I thought Swiss Game's race 2 back would win this.
Jeffrey's Pride, Sarge Checkmark. Here's a horse that actually has the benefit of a run at this distance. Comes off a 7.5 furlong race in which he was 3rd, was beaten 10 lengths in there.
Well, and if you think that's your eyes are playing tricks on you, he is a horse with no tail. Obviously lost his tail at a very young age. A little bit unusual. Jeffrey's Pride, his 10th career start. Here's a 7, Delmar Johnny, another one. He's had 16 tries at this. He's had 3 seconds, but he's going to shorten up a little bit. That might help him in the fitness factor. He's coming off a mile on a 16th race, finished 5th.
That is the field for the opener here at Betfair Hollywood Park. It's the kickoff leg of the Players.
Odds of 8-5 at the last flash. It gets the Sergeant's check mark. About 14 minutes out from the opener at Los Al, but we are 4 minutes away from the opener at Betfair Hollywood Park, and let's go there now.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. As you can see, horses making their way toward the starting gate at the extreme end of the backstretch chute. $20,000 maiden claimer is about to go 7.5 panels. The 4-horse First Blue Angel is right at his 5-2 morning line.
Well, a pretty wide open group here. You can see besides the 2-horse, all the odds relatively close there, and this does look like a little bit of a coin flip. You can, depending on how you want to look at it, we can either make a case for or knock just about every horse in this race. So we'll kind of choose to take the positive there. There's the 4-horse First Blue Angel, who currently is the favorite. He's getting very hot going to the gate there. I'm not so sure I'm real excited about the way he looks. Looks a little bit antsy. Going to be getting 7.5 furlongs tonight, which should help him a little bit. Came from way off the pace at 6.5 to be 3rd last time.
That's your favorite. Currently, it's a pleasant evening. I wouldn't say it's particularly warm out here, so we will keep our eye on the horses and see who's heating up on the racetrack. That's back to the rail. Well,
I think it's always very important to watch the horses come on the racetrack on a Friday night because it is out of their normal routine. Usually they're used to racing in the afternoon, and so when you get some of these horses that you take them out of the routine, some are going to get more shook up than others. And even though they're not running at the night, this is a time that generally they're bedded down and just relaxing and eating their feed. So to see which ones get shook up when they get out of their routine, I think is very important.
Which raises a very interesting question, and I have to admit that as a handicapper, I don't do this very diligently. Do you remember which horses ran well under the lights or on Friday nights in the past, just because it may be an indication that they actually adapt more readily to what you're just talking about?
Well, when I have time, I like to go back and do that. You know, I don't always have time to go back and look at which ones ran on Friday nights and did well. But, you know, to tell you the truth, when I was first going to the races and used to go every day, I was working as a hot walker and I had time to do it. I used to be able to remember if a horse washed out in its previous race and was not washing out the day I was looking at him. And I always found that was kind of a key. Some horses have off days and they just don't feel 100%, and I think they show it when they come out on the racetrack very hot, and then when they're cool in their next start, I think that's a good sign that that they're going to run well.
So was the appearance of First Blue Angel on the racetrack here as they approach the post, was that would be a negative for you?
That would be a negative for me. And another thing, I mean, before the invention of the pick six, I mean, we're going back a while when they just had win, place, show betting, exacta, daily doubles. I used to not make a bet unless I saw the horses in the paddock, and because I would make my judgment on the race by how the horses looked. If a horse like First Blue Angel came out and I was going to bet on him, I would pass betting on him the way he looks.
Are there certain horses that don't look well in the paddock but then settle down once they hit the racetrack? Is that a dynamic that operates as well?
Yeah, that does. I mean, you actually get some horses. I've had horses where they start to wash out in the paddock, and then by the time they get with a pony and on the racetrack, they've cooled out. But that doesn't look to be the case there with First Blue Angel. Just really doesn't seem to be enjoying his job here tonight.
Bettors are enjoying their job as they've already pumped over $200,000 into the players' pick 5 pool. Still got a couple of minutes. Get over to tbg.com and get involved here.
Now, one thing I will say is that First Blue Angel, I have not seen him run that much warming up in the past, so I don't know. So I did have a filly one time that would only run well the day she washed out.
Yeah.
But that's 1 in 100.
Yeah, and again, that's just an argument for being very diligent and taking very good notes.
Right.
So you know which horses perform well despite their appearance. Well, what do we got here? Babies something burgers. Boy, if my eyes were better, I could see what that said. There are a lot of food trucks here at Hollywood Park, as there generally are on Friday evenings. So if you're dissuaded from coming to the racetrack because you think all you're going to be able to get is a hot dog, no, not anymore.
Yeah, the food truck's always popular here, and they park right by where the bands will play, so it's an easy hop back and forth there. But yeah, wide array of food trucks you can see over there.
You got food trucks, you got live music, you got quality horse racing. What more could you possibly ask for? This is super bang for your entertainment buck.
Well, hopefully a pick 5, a winning pick 5 we can ask for.
Let's do that. And I do see there's enough overlap between your ticket and the Sarge's ticket that you can both bring it home if you don't mind sharing.
No, I'm good with that.
Okay. Field is just about set. Let's go to Vic Stauffer and kick things off here on a Friday night at Betfair Hollywood Park. Good luck.
They're at the post. They're off. Coley DeMezzo and Mary Zapp shows speed. Swiss Game is close up. My Main Man at the rail. Jeffrey's Pride away a joint 4th. Then comes First Blue Angel, and the early trailer is Del Mar Johnny. Out of the chute and up the back stretch at the rail, Coley DeMezzo, and just outside Mary Zapp, and Mary Zapp is a neck in front. Coley DeMezzo is second by 2.5 or 3 lengths to Swiss Game. My Main Man moves through at the rail, 4 from the front. Then comes First Blue Angel and Jeffrey's Pride. First Blue Angel on the move, 5 off the lead. Jeffrey tries to go with First Blue Angel. And Del Mar Johnny is the trailer as they pass the half-mile marker. And Coley DeMezzo is now the new leader. Coley DeMezzo at the rail just in front of Mary Zapp in second. Stretch runners are coming. Swiss Game is 2 from the front. First Blue Angel continues to advance. 3 wide, but on the move. Here's both. Swiss Game 3 wide. First Blue Angel 4 wide, and 4 of them are going to line up at the top of the stretch. Jeffrey's Pride could still do it. Only 2 from the lead. My Main Man under a heavy ride, and the trailer is Del Mar Johnny, top of the stretch, and Swiss Game. Coley DeMezzo and a 3 wide First Blue Angel, and First Blue Angel has taken over the front. A half length in front of Coley DeMezzo, who battles on at the rail. Then comes Swiss Game, now 2 from the lead, and Jeffrey's Pride, but it's First Blue Angel now a length and a half in front. Coley DeMezzo is second. Jeffrey's Pride third. First Blue Angel in front. First Blue Angel won by 3 1/4. Coley DeMezzo finished second. Jeffrey's Pride third, and Swiss Game finished 4th.
4-2-6 is unofficial in the opener at Betfair Hollywood Park, and First Blue Angel saying, how do you think I look now?
Yeah, well, First Blue Angel was much the best in here, as we're going to take a look at the start here, and he's going to get slammed. There he is, the 4 with the yellow, and watch him just bam. I mean, got kind of pinballed from each side there, and that had to take a little wind out of his sails, but he was game enough to go ahead and close under Martin Garcia, which was he was very patient after that, and I always love when the guys are patient when they get a bad start. And First Blue Angel didn't let that washing out before the race hinder him much, and game effort against a weak group.
Good run from runner-up here, Cola de Mezzo, who was a monstrous price on the tote. Going to liven up the vertical exotics here, 60-1 on your clear exacta horse. But First Blue Angel, who clicked up to 3-1 just prior to post time, wins going away.
When First Blue Angel winning, even though he got really hot, you know, the gambling is a game of percentages, and I'll tell you what, I'll bet against a favorite any time that gets that hot before, and once in a while they're going to come through. But as a general rule, and I think you've got to play general rules, it's not the thing to go for.
4-2-6-5 unofficially in the opener at Betfair Hollywood Park. We'll have the prices on that one in just a bit. But we got our crew down there at Los Alamitos. We're going to get things started on a Friday edition of the quarters shortly. And we're going to be going down the coast to Cypress, California. And Mr. All right, guys, thanks very much. Here's a look at the winner of race number 1 here at Betfair Hollywood Park. First Blue Angel, gelded son of Malibu Moon, who goes to the winner's circle for the first time in career start number 8.
Yeah, congratulations to the connection. H&R Northoff Horse Racing Limited. Gary Mandela, the winning conditioner there. Martin Garcia with a nice ride after getting slammed at the break. Patiently ridden and had plenty left to get the job done in the end.
Cola de Mezzo, the